New York is a city unlike any other, with almost 2 million people living on a tiny island working 12-hour days to afford their studio apartments. Stress levels are at an all-time high. With over 50 million tourists visiting New York every year, New Yorkers have to deal with tourists while going about their normal daily routine, from going to the grocery store to commuting to work. This is an urban guidebook on proper New York City etiquette. We polled real New Yorkers to find out what they thought were the most annoying habits of tourists. So do us all a favor and pay attention as we go through the ways to travel around New York like a real New Yorker. So when you post your Empire State of Mind, These Lights Will Inspire You album on Facebook, you'll look like you really fit in. Today's lesson is about subways, so let's start with the basics. You can buy your Metrocard inside almost every station. Cash or card are accepted, but just like everything in New York, you'll want to be quick about buying your card from the machine. If you stand there deciding if you want the single ride or an unlimited pass for too long, you'll definitely start hearing yelling from the banker at the end of the line who is now late for work. Piss off the wrong person, and you could get pushed in front of the train. $2.50 can take you from Manhattan to any of the outer boroughs. But once you pass the turnstiles and leave the subway, you'll have to pay another $2.50 to get back on the train. Cell service is spotty, so plan your ride in advance or try reading the old-fashioned map on the wall. If someone is sitting in front of the map, please try and respect their space, or just try saying "excuse me." Don't hover oddly close to their face trying to decide if this is the right train to the Empire State Building. When you get to a subway turnstile, have your Metrocard ready. That angry banker who you held up buying your card is now really late for work, and you are one step closer to getting pushed in front of the train. Sometimes your card just doesn't work. If you've swiped it several times and you don't get a green light, try another turnstile. Still not working? Step out of the way of people with working cards and check with the guy inside the bulletproof box. He can get you a new one. Don't refer to the subway lines by their color. Instead, refer to them by their numbers and letters. It's not the red line, it's the 1, 2, and 3. When referring to a specific service along that line, each is called a train rather than a subway. It's the 6th train, not the 6th subway. When referring to the entire system, it's called the subway, not the metro, not the tube, and not the underground. If you're taking the escalator, the rule is as follows. Standing on the right, walking on the left, and always single file. If you're taking the stairs, keep it moving. Subways can be extremely crowded at certain times of the day. People are standing shoulder to shoulder and face to face. So do us all a favor and put your bag on the ground, your sandwich in your bag, and your feet off the bench. If you decided to pick up an extra large souvenir, or you're traveling with an extra large backpack or stroller, you might want to consider walking or taking a cab. In order for the subway operation to run smoothly, it requires people to be able to A, board the car quickly, B, get off the car quickly, and C, not get smacked in the face by things people are carrying with them in that process. When the subway car jolts and your bag hits someone in the face, you can pretty much expect a fist in yours. If you can't find a seat, use the pole or the handle above. Don't rest your body and bags on the pole, and don't touch other people's hands. It's just creepy. While we're on the topic of creepy, don't stare at other people and don't try and read their newspaper or book over their shoulder. The same rule applies for food and drinks. Put a lid on it and don't bring smelly, messy foods onto the train. A quick rule of thumb is the Splatter Test. In the event of a sudden subway lurch, would your snack leave a splatter pattern on the people around you? If the answer is yes, then finish it before you get on. Phones and iPods come with headphones. Use them. Listening to music on speaker or singing out loud will make you the most hated person on the train, no matter how cool you think your taste in music is. The subway is not a bathroom. Believe it or not, people do their makeup, brush their hair, and even clip their toenails on the train. This is unacceptable, and people may think you are homeless. Don't try and be the hero. If someone is running to catch the train, don't hold the doors. Congratulations, you now have to ride on a train full of people who are now late for work and possibly hate you. And that person is probably running because they took forever buying their Metrocard, fumbled trying to find it at the turnstiles, and then stopped to check their phone on the stairs. Chances are that person is also a speakerphone music listener, but I may just be stereotyping now. Try not to strike up conversations with people sitting around you. New Yorkers are surrounded by people 24/7. The only way to stay sane and try and carve out some personal space is for us not to acknowledge each other's presence 90% of the time. Don't take it personally. We don't even make eye contact with our neighbors who live across the hall. Trash goes in the can and not on the floor. It may look like New Yorkers don't care about garbage on the ground, but not only will littering attract some dirty looks from fellow riders, it's actually illegal. Finally, beware of the empty train cars. If it's a popular line during rush hour, there's probably a good reason it's empty. So now you're ready to hit the subways like a real New Yorker. Keep it moving, keep it quiet, respect other people's space, and you'll do just fine. Welcome to New York City.